What does Kody Brown do for work has been a long circulating question around the minds of the fans. In the beginning, he stated he was in advertising sales. Welcome to Tea with Trishy. This advertising sales business allowed him the flexibility to spend time with the family when needed. Sometimes he said he worked 60 hours a week, and in other weeks, he didn't work hardly at all so that he could spend time with the family. He was never really clear on what type of sales, but keep this in mind as we continue his business story and exploration of its impact on his family. It was said at some point that he was selling signs. Then we didn't hear much about his work for a while, as it seems he never went to work. Then we begin to hear tidbits of information that he is in precious metals business. Some speculated scrap metal. Maybe he was working harder than anyone ever thought and gathering and selling scrap metal, which is a very labor-intensive, hard line of work. Some fans actually began to maybe feel a little sorry for him as he was working so hard, possibly in the scrap metal business. As you all have probably already heard, none other than Kody Brown was discovered selling at a gun show a few months ago. Pictures were taken and shared around social media. Then in the middle of March, he was seen selling arms accessories at a show in Tulsa, Oklahoma, with many more photos captured. His undeniable hairdo was an easy clue that it was definitely Kody Brown. He had a big smile on his face with a black shirt on that shows his support of his business. Not quite the precious metals business fans had speculated that he was dealing in. Doing these types of shows are very exhausting. Okay, I have never sold arms, but I was involved in scrap. Not scrap metal, but scrap booking. Just attending a weekend-long event would wipe me out. Up early shopping and learning all day just to do it all again the next day? I can only imagine the vendor's exhaustion after having to set up all their inventory, interact all day, and talk with all the customers, and then tear down the setup at the end of the weekend. Just talking about it is making me tired. This could explain why Kody seems to not help out as much as he did at the beginning of the show. The poor guy is actually exhausted. Fans are questioning if TLC was intentionally hiding these facts, or was it Kody who preferred to hide these facts? Personally, I would not like my personal business out on the interwebs. This crazy, wonderful tool that we use daily is so far-reaching. We never know who is going to see it. Also, with the business being very controversial, I doubt he wanted to add that to his list of controversies he's involved in. Coming out as a polygamist was a huge step for him. I am sure he didn't want to deal with the controversy and possible negative feedback he would get if fans knew of his business of selling arms accessories. Already some fans are pointing out that fans did not like him because he was thought to be lazy and not working. And now that it is being revealed that he is working,
makes no sense.
That people don't like him due to the fact of his line of work. Kody can't win. While others point out, and rightfully so, that the dislike doesn't come from his job itself, but more due to the treatment of his wives. Although they did not make it public information, they did drop clues throughout the show that Kody and the family were involved and interested in arms. Like when the wives mentioned that Kody was taking the kids to the gun show in Las Vegas. Some fans are saying that he is the president and owner of an arms accessory business, which is not true. Yes, over 20 years ago, he owned an arms accessory business, but he has not renewed that license since March of 2001. So no, he currently does not own this business. He has not owned this business for 21 years. This does support that Kody definitely has had a long time interest in arms accessories. This was not a new interest to him when deciding to move to Las Vegas. Seems it could have been this interest in arms that prompted him to want to move to Las Vegas if they had to move. So how has this business impacted his family? Early on in season 1, the family revealed that they were polygamous. This prompted a quick move to Las Vegas due to the pending legal investigation in Utah. Kody felt it was a necessary move to escape from the situation, which is why they quickly moved to Las Vegas. Many wondered, why would the Brown family move to Las Vegas of all places? Seems so far removed from wholesome Lehi, Utah, to Sin City, Las Vegas, the city that never sleeps, and where what happens in Vegas thankfully stays in Vegas. The family had to quickly give up careers for this apparently impulsive move. Could it be that this was a strategic move for his arms business? Very possible that it was more thought out than fans know. Throughout the year, Las Vegas would host many gun shows in various casinos and convention centers, with large crowds in attendance. This would be a great place for Kody, as he could attend these large events and still be home if the family needed him at the end of the day. Things seem to be going well in Las Vegas. After the tragic incident in Las Vegas, the gun show stopped, so Kody's business would have been negatively impacted. This is what prompted the rush move again, this time to Arizona. Seems Kody is very impulsive, based on what we see on the show. Arizona was, as we know, a good place for Robin to move, as Dayton was heading to college in Arizona. Seems maybe Kody is not so impulsive, but instead is following his interests and passions, from the move to Las Vegas for his arms business to his move to Arizona to be close to Dayton to make Robin happy. I can't wait to hear your thoughts about this in the comments. Let's keep spending quality time together, besties, in one of these videos. I'll see you there.